agree shock Bale move. The wait is over for Arsenal fans. Barcelona's finances make for bad reading, a transfer roundup, and today's great debate all coming up in the next few minutes, as I'm your host Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First off, and I'm trying to contain my excitement, but yes, every single Spurs fan will be going absolutely nuts this morning as it has been revealed that Gareth Bale is in talks with the club over a sensational return. According to Transfer Guru on Twitter, Fabrizio Romano, both Spurs and Gareth Bale have agreed on a wage and for all the terms for him to come back to the club, but Daniel Levy and Spurs have just got to sort things out with Real Madrid. But this isn't the only transfer that they're going to Spain for. Along with this, Sergio Reguilon looks like he will be moving to White Hart Lane as well for a fee of around 30 million euros. Now, the reason basically that Bale and Reguilon have chosen Spurs over Manchester United, well, it looks a little bit complicated. First off, in the case of Gareth Bale, I think he just loves the club a little bit more. According to his agent, who yesterday spoke to the BBC, he mentioned that Bale loves Spurs and that it's where he wants to be. In the case of the Spanish fullback Reguilon, well, Manchester United did not want the clauses that Real Madrid put into the transfer. There were two clauses that United didn't accept. The first one is a buyback clause, meaning that Real Madrid have a set fee where they can just buy Reguilon back at any point. And the second one is a priority clause, where if any deal is struck with Tottenham and another club for Sergio Reguilon, then Real Madrid are notified and they can have the same amount of money bid accepted. So, with that said and done, a huge day for Spurs fans. An exciting day for Spurs fans as they're getting in a new left back and the return of Gareth Bale. As for the deal for Bale, it looks like it could be a loan deal. That's because the permanent deal, including a transfer fee and, let's say, 3 years worth of wages, could be absolutely extraordinarily expensive for Tottenham, and that's not something really that Daniel Levy does. And potentially injury-prone Gareth Bale may not necessarily represent the best of deals, especially as he heads into his 30s. Although, on the loan deal, if Bale somehow miraculously has a brilliant season, Real Madrid will probably call him back for the next year. Alongside this, the loan deal could also see Dele Alli move the opposite direction, although this is just a rumour at the moment. Honestly, he's good for Spurs. Not great, but good at the moment. A good player to have in the squad. He's not good enough for Real Madrid, so it seems like the only one who's winning from this deal is Dele Alli as he gets to move to Real Madrid for a year. Anyway, with all of this talk of transfers and wages and this and that and the other, the basic thing you need to know, Tottenham fans, is that Gareth Bale is pretty close to signing and Reguilon looks to be on his way in too. Moving on though, and to great rivals of Tottenham, Arsenal, who have their own celebration to announce yesterday. That is the celebration of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang signing a new 3-year contract. About 6 or 7 months ago, it looked a dead certainty that he would be leaving the Emirates, but after the way Arteta has brought about a new style to the team, brought in a few good players and won a trophy, of course, in the FA Cup back in July, Aubameyang has been convinced to stay the club captain, and it's a really good thing for Arsenal and for Aubameyang. An unbelievable player, had one of the best seasons of his career last year in the Premier League, was one of, if not the best striker in the Premier League, so for Arsenal to hold on to him is absolutely fantastic for them, and certainly they're going to be challenging for a top 4 place this season. Moving on though, and to some not so good transfer news, and yes, I know we talk about them a lot, but Barcelona are making headlines, and this time for a definitely wrong reason. The reason is they can't afford the 25 to 30 million euros for Memphis Depay. This isn't the Barcelona we're used to. We're used to hundreds of millions on Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann, whoever else. Ridiculous contracts for Lionel Messi. Surely, if he takes just a small pay cut, they might actually have some money available for transfers. Yesterday, the Lyon president claimed that Barca do not have enough money to pay for Depay, and the new Barcelona manager Ronald Koeman kind of admitted that. He said at a press conference that basically they're going to have to sell first before then bringing in Depay. I'm struggling to think of who Barcelona are going to sell that's going to raise 30 million that they actually want to get rid of. They got rid of Rakitic for a few million because he's kind of old, he's not really going to bring in that much of a transfer fee. The same thing goes for, I don't know, even if they decided to sell Alba, Piqué, Suarez, Busquets, none of these players are going to bring in a big enough fee, and 25 to 30 million isn't exactly a monstrous amount for Depay to then be bought in. It looks like they're going to have to sell someone of note if they want to bring in the Dutch forward. Next up, and a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfers that you might have missed, and Everton are willing to listen to offers for Theo Walcott, Alex Iwobi and Moise Kean. Aston Villa captain Jack Grealish has signed a new deal at the club, which sees his current deal extended by a further 2 years. Bayern Munich are set to revive their interest in Chelsea winger Callum Hudson-Odoi, and lastly but not least, Branislav Ivanovic is back in the Premier League at the age of 36 with West Brom. So finally we come to this week's great debate. This is where the guys in the OneFootball newsroom pose a question to all of you. They want to know your answer in the comment section down below, as do I, and you can find our answers in the relevant article in the OneFootball app. So, who is the greatest ever Premier League icon outside of the top teams? This question has come about because James Rodriguez going to Everton is ridiculous, and he's got all the makings to be a fantastic player for them. So, who are you going to go for? For me, well, when a player has a brilliant level of ability and he's also got a fantastic celebration that everybody loves, that's got all the makings for a Premier League icon. It's a little bit biased, but for me, it's Jurgen Klinsmann. His ability not only was brilliant for Spurs over 2 spells and saved them from relegation in 1998, including 4 goals away at Wimbledon in a 6-2 victory. Yes, little me was there celebrating those goals. But also, on top of this, he just seemed like a great bloke, had a great personality, and definitely is a Premier League icon. So there you have it, the great debate. You guys let me know your answers in the comment section below. Who is a Premier League icon outside of all the top winning teams, the obvious players, the Ronaldos, the Salahs, all this and that? Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below and your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news. Whilst you're at it, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.